Here is my team selection for FPL Game Week 37. Right then, so starting off with the goalkeepers and defenders. At the moment, I've got Kepa in goal, although I'm definitely not happy with him. He's got Man City and Man United despite having a double game week. And I think, you know, if you've got Man City and Man United as your double game week, it hardly even counts. So for me, I think I'm going to be taking them out, and you'll see later on in the video who my top target to bring in is with the money I have available. Trippier, Estupiñán and Shaw in defence. I'm not massively keen on Trippier, but when you see my bench, I think he's better than the other options that I have. I do feel with the pressure that's on the game for Leicester, despite it being at St James's Park, I feel like Leicester have to go all guns blazing to try and win that game. And I find it difficult to not see Leicester scoring and Newcastle keeping a clean sheet. So I do feel they'll probably concede. But again, we know how likely Trippier can be to get attacking returns. They've dropped off substantially in recent, but he's still taking the free kicks and getting in good crossing opportunities. So you've got to feel he's due an attacking return soon. Estupiñán and Shaw, my other two defenders. I think, to be honest, this double game week, they're probably two of the best defenders. I mean, comparing them to the Man City guys, I've said this all along really with Man City. Yeah, they might look attractive with their nice double game week, but given they've got Madrid, well, tonight I'm recording this on Wednesday afternoon, who can you back to play both of the games of double game week 37 from City beyond probably Edison and Haaland? So for me, Estupiñán and Shaw are the two strongest. Estupiñán and Shaw both got good clean sheet odds and a chance of attacking returns too, especially Shaw now, given Varane's back in that Man United team. Okay, midfielders and forwards, and we've got some good news that's just been announced on Twitter this morning. It appears that Marcus Rashford is back in training for Man United, and to be honest, that's an absolute godsend for my team, because if he's out for game week 37, as you can see, I'm in real trouble. I don't, 6.9 million is what Rashford is worth to me if I sell him. There's no one really for that price that I could bring in with the money I have available, so I really need him to be fit and playing in game week 37, which he's back in training on Wednesday, which suggests to me he's going to be fine for Saturday. Obviously, we need to wait for the Ten Hag press conference later in the week to confirm that, but I got a good feeling that Rashford will play, hopefully, both the games of the double. Salah, Matoma, Grealish and McAllister are my other midfielders. I'm not massively keen on Jack Grealish. I'm certainly not expecting him to start both games of the double, but I do feel like he'll get minutes in one game and then possibly start the other one, which for me is good enough to play him in my team. I'm not expecting him to play 90 minutes of both games of the double game week, don't get me wrong, but I do feel like after the Madrid game, he might get, 30, 40 minutes on the weekend and then hopefully start the second game of the double game week. Matoma and McAllister, you got to think they're nailed to play both games of the double. And Salah with Villa at home is a tough game, but there's no way he's not going to start for Liverpool. Then up front, I've got Haaland, and Isak's got the captaincy at the moment. That's obviously not going to happen. Haaland is going to be my captain. I can't see beyond him. He's got outrageous expected points. And if you look back to my Ultimate Guide video, I'll go through all the goal scoring and goal involvement odds predicted by DraftHound for the game week. And Haaland is 91% likely to be involved in a goal this game week, which is just absolutely insane. And I don't think we've seen stats that high yet, well, in my entire time playing FPL. So for me, really hard to look past Erling Haaland as captain. And here's me full team. I've got Raya, Watkins, Botman and Zinchenko on my bench. I know Zinchenko's red flagged and likely out for the season, but I mean, there's 2 game weeks left to go. I've got 2 players on my bench that are likely to start, so I see absolutely no reason to get rid of Zinchenko. He can just sit there on my bench, red flagged. As I said, I think my transfer is going to be Kepa to David De Gea. Could get rid of Raya too, but Kepa, he's not favoured in that Chelsea team anymore. Mendy started the last game against Nottingham Forest, so for that reason, if Kepa's not going to be playing for Chelsea, I can't have him in my team. So Raya's going to remain as my bench goalkeeper, and I think with the money I've got in the bank, I'm going to go for David De Gea. And I feel like that sets me up really nicely. I've got 2 players from Man City, 3 from Brighton and 3 from Man United. The 3 best teams with a double game week in my opinion. Obviously Chelsea have a double game week too, but with Man City and Man United, I can't really say they're an attractive team to be bringing in. So I'm looking forward to the game week ahead and praying that we get some good news in the press conference for Ten Hag later in the week. Obviously, as I said, Marcus Rashford has been pictured, well, not even pictured, he's been videoed in training today. Hopefully that's a good sign for him playing at the weekend. In a bit more detail about David De Gea now, I understand, you know, quite a lot of people are going to probably have the same problem I do with potentially Kepa and Raya in goal, and you're looking to spend your transfer wisely. I feel like with game week 37 on the cards, Bournemouth away and Chelsea at home as the fixtures, I feel like Man United got a good chance of keeping a couple of clean sheets this game week. And to maximise your points for that, I think it's worth a goalkeeper transfer, especially if you have someone like Kepa in your team. For me, David De Gea is by far and away better than Ederson this season. Obviously, Ederson, you're only going to get points from him for a clean sheet, which Man City have kept a couple in recent times. But, you know, if they do concede a goal, you're not getting anything from Ederson. Whereas, you know, if Man United concede, it's likely David De Gea gets some saves. He makes 2.5 saves per 90, which is close to the FPL bonus points, which suggests to me, you know, if he does concede in a game, he's likely to get the saves bonus and at least pick up some points. And just in general, he's got 16 clean sheets this season. He's on track to win the Golden Glove. And it also suggests to me that whilst Man United are not on paper the best team defensively, when they are on form, they lock it out. You know, they make those last-ditch blocks. De Gea can make those last-ditch saves to keep those clean sheets. And that might be a factor that some other teams, Man City, for example, are not necessarily finding in the Premier League. Obviously, Man City are doing enough to win the league and win football games. But maybe just those last-ditch blocks and tackles, etc., to keep clean sheets, they're not quite making, which Man United are, which has led to De Gea getting those 16 clean sheets. And just another thing to point out as well, the Chelsea at home fixture in 37 might put off a few people. Obviously not too much because Chelsea haven't been amazing. But one stat on that, I think Man United v Chelsea is the most nil-nilled game in Premier League history. So that should hopefully give you some promise behind David De Gea and why you should pick him for your team in game week 37. And that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. With only a couple of weeks to go, for me at least, there's not a whole lot to be thinking about in your FPL team at the moment. We'll wait and see on the Rashford news. Obviously, that's going to make or break my game week and probably will do yours as well with just his value and the other players around him. If he is confirmed to be out, I'll definitely have another video out going through Rashford replacements. But at the moment, I don't think we're going to end up needing to replace him, or I'm praying that we don't anyway, because as I said, it puts my team in a world of trouble. If you enjoyed the video, please leave me a like rating and subscribe to the Golden Goal channel down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video.